attractive is not just about being super hot. There are some other traits that, according to science, make you attractive.
Oh, Kim, tell me more.
Let's learn how to be attractive.
On the inside part.
It's true, though. I mean, I think we've all heard this, like, beauty in the inside is what counts. I'm a children's show, but
don't judge a book by its cover.
There are a lot of things that you can project from inside that can make you seem more attractive.
That is correct.
And these are backed by scientific studies, which you can take to mean what you will. One thing that I found very interesting when I read this was that having a beard is apparently according to studies, makes men seem more attractive. So one study of 8,520 women, which is a lot of people for a study, showed that they viewed heavy stubble as the most attractive when compared to clean-shaven men or heavily bearded men.
Oh, so they want that sweet, sweet middle ground.
They want that stubble.
I don't care too much about my appearance. I feel like just enough, ladies.
Well,
is that what they want?
I'm not done yet because, well, that level of stubble was good for a short-term relationship.
Oh.
Meaning maybe a fling, you know? Maybe
they only care a little bit.
That's not your long-term partner, apparently. But according to the same study, which was called, I wrote this down, the masculinity paradox, facial masculinity and beardedness interact to determine women's ratings of men's facial attractiveness from the Journal of Evolutionary Biology.
No, Doug, that's not a good name for your study. Please don't do that.
I wrote them all down because I think studies' titles are just ridiculous because they're always long. But they did rate that men with beards were higher rated for long-term attractiveness, the man you end up with, perhaps.
Because he's settled in when he's ready
he seems
for the
cozy.
long haul. He seems cozy. I think but that is such an individual thing to want, you know, I want a man with a beard for sure.
Well,
like
the women in the study rated them as being highly attractive for long-term relationships.
I mean, bless y'all hairy men's. That's very nice for you, but I don't prefer that.
I don't personally prefer it either, but I can understand where it could come from because that could be a perception of high testosterone.
Oh.
Yeah, the production of facial hair.
Oh.
It's not my cup of tea.
Cool.
But if you're into that, that's cool too. Another thing that was interesting that I found in here was owning a pet.
Oh, yeah.
And this came from
absolutely
an anthropologist at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, Peter Gray. And he led a study asking men, well, actually one man, which I think more than one man. But what they did is they had one subject approach 240 women.
What a long day for that guy.
What a long day.
What a long day of work.
And ask for their number. So half the time he would have a dog, and half the time he'd have no dog. So when he had the dog, he was three times more likely to get the number than not.
What the hell?
Women like dogs, according to the study.
I think people who aren't, you know, mean people love animals in general, and I think seeing somebody take care of a cute thing, you're like, oh, if I date you, I also get to see this thing.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you are a dad material because you'll take care of a cute thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a certain amount of responsibility.
You're responsible and nurturing.
Yes.
I like these traits.
Yes, for this cute dog. What if he was walking a cat? That would be more than 3 times. That'd be like a 10 times up.
I would be like, marry me.
Yeah. Are you walking a cat? Let's go.
You trained the cat?
Here are the keys of my apartment. Let's go.
Irene, it's not that far off from the truth. Another thing that it was interesting was that the pitch of your voice could affect your attractiveness. This was in particular, well, no, it's for both genders, but one study, and this is called, you're gonna love this, People Will Know We Are in Love, evidence of differences between vocal samples directed toward lovers and friends in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior.
What did that first part of that title have to do with the rest of the title? Who did this?
Scientists.
Who did this?
Scientists did this.
Some intern.
So women with high-pitched voices give off an impression of youth and appear thinner to men, according to this study.
Bonkers.
Which I think is nuts.
Yeah.
As a woman who does not have a high voice.
Wow.
So the same study also It also showed that men with deeper voices appeared more attractive to women, perhaps, again, what we were talking about earlier, indicating some levels of high testosterone.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
mean, with a high voice, you could take that to indicate youth and therefore fertility?
Maybe. I think it's more of like our gender constructs, like women have high voices and are beautiful little birds, and men are people of the earth, and they're solid dudes, they talk like this. That's what I know. I googled that. I know.
Oh, our species is so stupid. Okay.
Guys, look, the title says science. I circled it. It says science.
I told you the article, the study that you can look it up. It's very long. Go back and write it down.
Yeah, please read it.
Another interesting thing, which seems to back up a trope that you see in sitcoms and sometimes movies, is, let's call it the cheerleader effect. So this is, it does come from a study in 2014 called "The Hierarchical Encoding Makes Individuals in a Group Seem More Attractive in Psychological Science," meaning that if you are in a group with other people, you're going to be rated as more attractive as a group than perhaps you would be individually. Mm-hmm. It's interesting because it goes off the idea of average attractiveness, meaning the combined members of the group contribute to one final score, as opposed to individual scores.
Team effort.
And I've been thinking about the Olympics when I came up with this analogy. So it means it's interesting that our brain would skew the average attractiveness of faces together to. And this applied to everyone. This applied to groups of men, this applied to groups of women, this applied to groups of mixed gender. Mm-hmm. It seems like that is how we rate people subconsciously. And you wonder how that works. Perhaps you would think that you're in a group with similar
like-minded
levels of people.
Yeah, like these people all seemed hot, so they must be even cooler because they've all found people like
and they've all agreed that they're attractive.
We've all had a meeting.
I wouldn't argue with the group, and I find them attractive.
It's very weird.
It's interesting how our brains work. What weird thing have you found contributes to attractiveness? Have you ever been attracted to someone for a reason that wasn't necessarily conventional? Please let us know below and like and subscribe for more.